Hello everyone. Today we're going to continue with exercise 3.3 in lesson 3 of our workbook. To refresh your memory, in exercise 3.1 we generated a purchase order using the purchase order quick entry form. In exercise 3.2 we received the purchase order using the order receiving form, and we were able to receive the order and then post that order. Today we're going to do an invoice to payment transaction. Invoice to payment business process allows companies to process vendor payments and to create vouchers. The voucher is the way that the instrument that is used to make payment to a vendor. It also posts to a general ledger and a distribution journal. We can separate the payments so that the freight and material cost and other fees can be separate. We can also print and post checks. Upon receipt of an invoice from a vendor, we create the voucher, which will initiate the payment process. Two different ways to generate a voucher. We can use the generate accounts payable transaction form, which is what we will do today, or we can manually create a voucher using the accounts payable vouchers and adjustments form. We're going to generate AP transactions today. Once a voucher has been created, the voucher amount can be distributed to various accounts, so that if there's expenses associated with duty or freight or other miscellaneous fees, they can be paid separately from the material cost by using a voucher. If the amount of the voucher requires approval, then there's a built-in approval process. Once approved, then the voucher can be posted. The payment can be processed immediately, or it can wait until the next scheduled pay period, depending upon how you have your account set up with the vendor. Now, the voucher payables report or the accounts payable aging report are used to identify the vouchers that need to be paid. And here is the official definition of a purchase order: a document issued by an organization to a vendor that indicates the items, the quantities, and the price of the items that are being purchased. Sending a purchase order to a vendor is a legal offer to buy products or services. It can hold up in a court of law. This is a sample purchase order. And then there's also a packing slip generated. Packing slip is an itemized list of articles that includes the quantity, description, and the weight of the contents. Usually the packing slip is generated and attached to the shipment itself. Package slip is prepared by the shipper and sent to make sure that the packing slip is correct and it represents the accurate amount of the items in the actual shipment. Usually it's done in the warehouse. Packing slip not considered a legal document, unlike a purchase order. This is an example of a packing slip. All right, so that gets us to exercise 3.3, where we will use the generate AP transactions form. So let me switch over to Mingle. We'll go to the form menu and we'll click open. And here we'll type in generate. If you simply type it in, you will see the generate accounts payable transaction form, which is the form we want. We click OK. We allow the form to load. If you're following along, I'm on page 60 in the workbook. And step 1, it says open the form and then filter on a vendor. So the first thing we need to do is find our vendor number. And since our numbers begin with 3, we'll do a wildcard search and then select the drop down. My vendor number is 325. Once you find the vendor number, then you click filter. All right, so now you have found your vendor, and it includes an invoice date of today's date. On the General tab, you're going to enter a vendor invoice number. Our number is going to be our 3-digit number assigned to you _INV. Vendor number is your 3-digit number minus 325 and then _INV for invoice. That takes us to step number 3. In step number 3, you're going to go to the Purchase Order Selection tab. And we'll say that you have a vendor which exists. Mine exists anyway. I've already created it, so I'll click OK. You will probably not get that message. If you do, just click OK. Now, you will have 2 items in your purchase order. I have already done this transaction once, so I only have 1 item. You can check 1 item or both items, either way, but make sure that one of your items has been selected. I'm doing line 2 right now. I've already done line 1. You should have both line 1 and line 2, and you can select them both, or you can select one. Once you select it, you click the Generate button. It might give you a message that says that it was not successful because the total here must also match the total in the header. And in order to do that, I believe the instructions tell you to put in a material amount. And then the total in the header will match the total for your purchase order. Click Generate. It says the generate will be performed. You click OK. It gives you a voucher number. While the voucher number is on your screen, hit the Print Screen button. And then open a Word document. Let me just open one real quick. Paste that screenshot into a Word document. Save the Word document as voucher and your last name. This is what you will upload for exercise 3.3. If you have any questions or any problems with this, you can check with me during my office hours Friday morning at 11 a.m. or you can send me an email, or you can post a message to the Ask the Instructor discussion board.